In this video, what we want to do, we want to fix the errors that we saw in the previous one, okay? Just as a recap, what we had, once we come here and we enter a title and a description, when we hit on this save button, normally we are supposed to dismiss this button sheet, okay? And here we are also supposed to hide this on no notes, okay? Because if we have anything inside the database, we're not supposed to see this no notes, okay? So first thing first, let us go back to our button sheet, okay? So if we come back here and we go to our button sheet, and here what we want to do, we want to go on our save button, okay? And after we are done saving on this node inside the database, what we want to do, we want to dismiss this button sheet. Okay, so how can we do this? How can we dismiss this button sheet? In order for us to do so, what we have to do, we have to come here, okay? And here we have to create a new environment variable, okay? So it's gonna to be that environment. And what we need is this that dismiss, okay? And we will call it dismiss. And now that we have this dismiss, what we can do, we can copy this. And if we go on this dismiss button sheet, what we want to do, we want to call this dismiss, okay? And simply by calling this, it's supposed to dismiss our button sheet, okay? So now just for the test, what we can do, we can comment out this code, okay? And we can run our app again. And now just for the test, if we click on this plus button and we hit on this save, okay, as you can see, the button sheet will be dismissed, okay? And we also want to do the same thing for this cancel button, okay? Because right now when we click on this cancel button, nothing happened. So if we come back inside our code, we want to put back this code, okay? And here we can copy this dismiss and we can go to our cancel button. I think it's supposed to be at the top, okay? So this toolbar item group. And here for our cancel button, this is the action of our cancel button. And every time we hit on this cancel button, we want to dismiss, okay? And let us run it again just to make sure that everything is working. And here, if we tap on this plus button, normally if we hit this cancel, okay, supposed to dismiss the button sheet, okay? And everything is working perfectly. But we also have another problem, okay? Because if right now I hit this save button, what will happen? Let us see. So we don't have any title, okay? And we also don't have like any description. So if I hit this save, as you can see, it will create an empty row, okay? It will go to a database and we'll add it as title empty and description empty, okay? But we don't want this, okay? So what we have to do, we need to prevent this to happen, okay? Because a user can hit this save button accidentally, okay? And we don't want this, okay? We want to prevent this. So in order to do so, what we can do, we can come back on this save button. And here, what we want to say, before running this command context on that insert, what we want to do, we want to cut this and we want to add the if check. So here, if our title is not empty. So if our title is not empty and our description also is not empty, if those two are not empty, what we want to do, now we want to insert it, okay? And here we can also put this dismiss inside our check, okay? So here we have this dismiss, okay? So let us check the app again. So if I run the app, if we tap again on this plus button and we hit this save, you can see that nothing will happen. On your own, I think maybe you can add like a toast message, like this title and description cannot be empty, okay? But now, if I enter a title, let's say Alan's Hotel, and I also enter a description, now if we tap on this save, you will see that it will work, okay? And here we have our Alan's Hotel, okay? So I think for the modification for this button sheet, everything is looking good. The next thing we want to do, we want to remove this no notes, okay? And we also want to make this title bold, okay? So let's start with this no note. So if we go back on this content view, and here we can go back to our overlay, okay? Let me maybe toggle this, okay? So that you guys can see better. So if you remember, this is the overlay that we use for our content unavailable view, okay? So here we only want to show this if our Swift data nodes. And remember, this Swift data nodes is what we created in the previous video, okay? And Swift data nodes represent the all the nodes that we have inside our database, okay? So what we are saying, if this is empty, then we want to show this content unavailable view, okay? But if it's not empty, we don't want to show anything, okay? So let us run the app again. And as you can see, we don't have the no nodes view anymore, okay? Because in our database, we have multiple nodes, okay? Now, the last thing we want to do is simply want to make this bold, okay? So in order to make this title bold, what we can do, we can go back on our node view. And I think it's this node row, okay? And here for our title, what we want to do, we want to add this font. And we can specify this to headline. So now normally everything should be okay now. And as you can see, everything is looking good, okay? Our title is now in bold, okay? And here everything is working perfectly for this button sheet, okay? So in the next video, we'll see how to update a note, okay? That's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If that's the case, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.